Aloha everybody and welcome back to part 2 of Star Fox. We just took out the Space Armada and now we've made it to Meteor, which is the last destination before we go to Venom, Andross's home planet. Like I said, when you know what you're doing, you can beat Star Fox in about 30 minutes, so yeah. Be sure to use your retros if you're going too fast. Be careful with my R-Wings. Don't worry, Pepper, I'll be careful. You're talking to the greatest ace pilot in the whole entire Lilat system. Come on, come on. Either way, folks, yes, we have arrived on Meteor. This giant planetoid is actually an artificial asteroid that was created to be a great amusement facility called Meteorland. This is straight from the Super Nintendo instruction manual. This place was supposed to be an amusement facility called Meteorland, but unfortunately Andross took it over, and now he's mined it with a whole bunch of weapons, and armed it with a whole bunch of weapons, I should say. And he's trying to drive this thing into Corneria, so we gotta go stop him. And General Pepper was not kidding! Jesus Christ! He was not kidding. You absolutely have to use your retros in order to hit the brakes, in order to dodge some of the things that come up in this level. Because the draw distance is not great. Sometimes you'll just be flying through, and oh look, a pillar! Oh look, a giant rock! Jesus Christ! So, whenever you think you're going too fast, you do have brakes. You do have the option to slow down, and you should absolutely take it. Good lord. You also have a boost to make yourself go faster, and sometimes when you're going through levels, there are like shutters that open and close, and if you want to get through it before it closes, that's what the boost is for. So at any point, you can go slower, you can go faster, and the energy consumed by doing either of those two things is represented in the purple bar on the bottom right corner of the screen. So if you slow down, the bar drains. If you go fast, the bar drains, and you have to wait until the bar refills in order to brake or speed up yet again. But, you know, it's not like you run out of energy. It's not like you have to pick up purple energy by defeating enemies or anything. So whatever, just brake and boost to your heart's content. That gateway I just shot open, like you have to shoot the gate in order to open it. It wasn't like a timing thing. So I had to make sure that I didn't fire too early because it could open and then close immediately and I'll run into it. So I waited until I got right up close to it, then I shot the gate open, and that's how that works. Booyah. Bombs? Nothing. Damn it! I took the wrong gate. God damn it. This is all your fault, Slippy. This is all your fault, Slippy. I don't know how, but it is. Because no one likes you, Slippy. No one. Ignore the comments of part 1. No one likes you. Either way, folks, here is the boss of Meteor. This is the Dancing Insector. Now, he doesn't really have any weak points, per se, but what you want to do is you want to keep shooting all of his legs, all of his daddy long legs, until it eventually, you know, evens out and he's horizontal. But then he's going to start, you know, flying around, and he can actually fly to where the R-wing is, so sometimes you have to duck under, and sometimes you should probably hit the brakes, because when you hit the brakes, you will actually get a little bit of distance between you and the bosses. Some bosses, they like to fly right up close, and hitting the brakes effectively dodges that. But the next time you straighten out the legs, they will turn red, and then you can shoot them to break them off, and once all the legs are broken off, then the core is exposed, and you can just destroy the Dancing Insector like so. So, yeah. See that? I just bounced that thing right off my ship. Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, Star Fox was one of the harder games to play because I wasn't really good at dodging things, you know? I wasn't good at, like, moving left and right in order to dodge stuff, because I was always focusing on boss weaknesses, and I wanted to hit their openings, and I wanted to make sure I dealt damage to them. And there were certain ships I wanted to blow up before they got away. Like, if they're attacking my pilots, you know? If they're attacking Peppy, Slippy, Falco, I want to kill them before they get away! But it's like, things are shooting at me at the exact same time, and I keep taking unnecessary fire, and then I die, and die, and die, and die again. And when I was like 8 years old, this was like a really challenging game. This was really challenging. Neither me nor my neighbor friend could beat it, you know? It wasn't until years later we played Star Fox 64, and we realized how useful the barrel roll is. And once we came back to this game doing the barrel roll again, it all clicked into place. It all clicked into place. Anyway, folks, here we are. The big bad Venom. The final goal. Andross is hiding on Venom. Fox, you must find his core brain and destroy it!
Good luck.
Pepper, how do you know that Andross has a core brain anyway? I don't know. But before we get into Venom, we have to fight above it. And that means we're in first-person mode, shooting in outer space. I actually find that being in first-person mode allows you to dodge objects a lot easier than if you were in third-person mode. At least, this won't come up later until we get to, like, the level 3 pathways when we're in, like, Sector X and stuff. But, like, Sector X has, like, all of these pillars that are rotating and moving around. And I find when I'm in third-person, it's a little harder to dodge them compared to when I'm in first-person, because it feels like everything that's, like, beyond my cockpit view just doesn't count, and there's nothing there. Whereas with third-person, I'm always constantly running into stuff. I don't know. That might just be my imagination. Maybe fellow Star Fox players can reassure me that what I'm saying is true. But either way, just shoot everything that comes up. Whoa, that frog thing! So when you destroy certain ships, there's like these like purple frogs that go and they fly out of the cockpit. So that's pretty dark, pretty screwed up. I'm killing all of these people, right? Because I'm blowing up their ships and the pilots are actually flying out of the ship like There's no way that guy can survive the vacuum of space. I refuse to believe it. He is dead. I killed that frog motherfucker. At least I assume it was a frog. I haven't really taken a look at the sprite by, like, freeze-framing it or anything. I just know it's purple. I just know it's very reptilian. And now it's dead. It is dead. Star Fox don't give any shits. And by Star Fox, I mean the group, not the one-person Fox McCloud. Although I still call him Star Fox out of habit every now and then. I'll explain myself later, okay? I'll explain myself later. Either way, folks, we are now at the boss, and this is Fantron. Fantron is just a floating head that shoots lasers, and it also shoots missiles. God, they hurt. Missiles really, really hurt. You can't deflect those with a barrel roll. But when you get this thing's health down to like a sliver, it starts to get some extra health back, and then it makes 2 hologram heads that, like, you can't damage. Like, you'll shoot at the other hologram heads, nothing will happen to the health bar, but the one of them does have the health bar. So, like, 2 of them are fake, 1 of them is the real deal, and you have to shoot and alternate between the heads to find out which one is the real one. But, whatever, that was easy peasy, that was nothing. Fantron didn't blow up, so I get the feeling we might be running into him again, but, yeah. You recognize that track, Smash Brothers players? I think you do. Either way, folks, final level of the first pathway, and Venom is definitely one of the harder stages because I don't know what the hell's going on this planet. There's just like pillars that like materialize and block your direction. There's a whole bunch of metal boxes that like form horse-shaped like kind of stuff, and they just like try and get in your way. It's a very bizarre, very weird planet. The one thing I know is that at the end of the game, Andross's abilities, when you fight him, it's listed to be telekinesis. So maybe Andross is watching from his home base, like the place we're going to go to, and he's using his telekinesis to fling all of these bars at us, to fling all of these pillars that we have to dodge and fly in between. I don't know. Maybe Andross is doing this, but either way, Jesus Christ. Only he has the brains to rule Venom. You're welcome, Peppy. You're welcome. The one thing I find annoying about this level is that they have a whole bunch of these walls that like move to the left and right, and if you run into them, Jesus, they hurt. I think running into like 5 walls is like instant death, you know? Not instant death, but 5 hits with those walls for sure is like death. And you can actually manipulate the direction that the walls turn by shooting them, but you have to make sure you shoot them before you get too close to them because they'll go horizontal before you reach them. So you have to shoot them to face the other direction, to face the direction you're not going to be flying, or make sure you just go in the opposite direction of where it's going, and you should be fine. But God, running into them, it sucks. Do not run into those walls. Good Lord. Got a whole bunch of blocks that fall down, but don't worry, don't worry. If you hit the brakes, everything's fine. Or if you just avoid them completely, because I don't need those twin blasters. I haven't broken my wings at all. I haven't died once. I'm fine. I got the max firepower. Nothing to worry about.
Incoming enemy.
And Fantron returns. Hi, Fantron. What's up? So once again, 2 of them are fake. You have to find the real one. I keep missing. There he is. But he's not done yet. Watch out! He's up to something! Now, Fantron can actually grow in size, extend some legs, and now it's a giant walker thing. And you can't, like, do a whole bunch of repeated damage on it. You can hit it, like, once, it flinches, and then you can hit it after the flinch is over. And the one thing I gotta recommend, because, oh my god, I took way too much damage in this fight, shoot the missiles that it sends out. It's shooting lasers at you. You can deflect those by barrel rolling. But the missiles, those are the things you really gotta worry about, because goddamn do they hurt, goddamn you can't deflect them, and it's easy to die. It's very, very easy to die. Shoot him! Eventually, the walker splits into 3 versions of itself, and again, 2 of them are holograms, 2 of them are fake, so you do have to shoot the real one, and I'm having trouble hitting it. Jesus Christ! All I like to do is I like to alternate left and right. Some of the missiles actually drop health, so that's a good thing. So, like, if you shoot the missiles, there's a good chance you can get your health back, but it doesn't happen too often. It doesn't always drop, you know, health every time you blow them up, so, ugh! Look at my health bar. I played that pretty recklessly, I'm not gonna lie. I could have died so easily. Ugh. Either way, we've made it to the butt plug. I'm sorry, I know. But that's what it looks like, okay? I mean, I didn't make the model. Blame Nintendo. Blame Nintendo. Fox, you are indeed a worthy foe. But your foolish efforts are futile. So once again, gotta dodge stuff as you're going down the corridor. I love this stuff, but boy is it tricky. Ah! How did I clip my wing? I thought it was so sure. Ugh. Sometimes I get to Andross and then I just like break one of my wings on the way to him, and then I lose my twin blaster upgrade. It sucks. Your R-wings have no chance against me. And so, folks, Andross is a giant silver mask that shoots a whole bunch of silver plates at you. And it tries to suck me in. Ugh! I think if you go to the top right, top left corner, you'll be fine, but I also hit the brakes just to make sure, you know. If you're familiar with Star Fox 64, you might think to yourself, oh, you can shoot bombs into his mouth in order to, like, make him get all hot, and then he won't shoot all the stuff out, right? Not in the original Star Fox. I can shoot bombs in there, and nothing seems to happen, at least of the many times that I've played this, unless I have to get so close that he almost swallows me, that I don't know about that. But I've tried shooting bombs into this thing's mouth for a long time. I've played this for years, and he doesn't seem to react to the bombs. So don't waste your bombs shooting them into Andross's mouth. But when you take out the eyes, the cube of Andross is exposed. I guess he was in there. Or maybe he's just somehow transformed his whole body into a cube. I don't know how Lilat Galaxy, like Lilat system technology works. It might be possible. He has telekinesis. I'm not gonna doubt it. Either way, I have saved the Lilat system, ladies and gentlemen. I have defeated Big Bad Andross and saved the galaxy. Aw, yeah. If that seemed a little easy, again, this is Pathway 1. Pathway 1 is like the easiest difficulty. Something I liked about Star Fox 2 is that they essentially have like 3 different campaigns in that game as well, but they do classify them as normal, hard, and expert. And I think you should do the same thing with the original Star Fox. Path 1 is normal, or maybe easy, you know. Path 2 is normal, and Path 3 is expert, hard mode. So like the higher the pathway, the harder this game gets. And Andross's fight actually changes a little bit in those pathways. So believe me, if he seemed a little too easy for a final boss, it escalates in the other pathways. It escalates over there. Also, I got 100% score. Not to brag, not to brag. Booyah. I really like this game. What can I say? I really like this game.
Come in, Cornelia.
This is Corneria, Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Corneria.
So yeah, folks, we get the roll call for all the bosses we've faced up to this point, and I should elaborate on something I was going to talk about before I got to Fantron. You know, sometimes I accidentally call Fox Star Fox because, you know, it's the name of the game series. He happens to be a fox. And I know, it's just like, it's such a good, like, superhero name. It's such a good moniker for the guy to have. But it's not like I'm the only one who makes this mistake, because the franchise itself, the series itself, does that. In Star Fox 64, Andros calls Fox Star Fox.
I've been waiting for you, Star Fox.
In Super Smash Bros. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Leon calls Wolf Star Wolf, even though it's supposed to be the entire group. So, hey.
Starwolf is really giving it his all out there. I'm more than a bit envious of him.
I think Fox sounds good as Star Fox. I don't think Samus sounds good as Metroid. I don't think Link sounds good as Zelda. Although Zelda should be the hero one of these days. That'd be interesting. Besides Wanda Gamelon, you know, because it's Wanda Gamelon. But either way, if sometimes I accidentally call Fox Star Fox, well, I'm sorry, it just sounds cool for him to be Star Fox. So what if he's in charge of a group called Star Fox? You know, it seems like they named it after him, or at least after his father, James McLeod. I don't know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? Either way, just warning you right now that I might call Fox Star Fox. But yeah, folks, there's still so much game left to show off. Besides the alternate pathways, there are also hidden levels, like the black hole level that you might have seen on the map. There's still a lot of stuff I have to show off, so we are far from done. We are far from done. This is still an ongoing playthrough, don't you worry. At this point, the credits would roll, but since we're going to be playing through more of this game, I figured we'll save the end credits for later. So, you know. Part 2's over. We're done. All you get to see is Hiroshi Yamauchi. That's it. That's it. Anyway, folks, we're going to go on to Level 2, Normal Mode, in Part 3. See you then.